All right, welcome to our final video, video number 8, and this is going to be on how to effectively make a presentation. So the couple things that we're going to be doing here, we're going to show you the presentation template within Google Slides. We'll show you how to add text and pictures to your presentation to make it look pretty decent. We'll quickly recap how to cite your sources within this presentation and then give you a couple presentation pointers. Now, a couple things that you're going to need while you have out while you're going through this whole process. First, before you even get to the presentation, get your source collection document out, get out your outline, hopefully it is completed. You will need your works cited document, and then when you go to your Google Classroom, you'll get this outline, this template. So you'll notice right away it is not good looking. It is very basic, but you're going to change that. Everyone's going to use this, and then you can make it look nice and pretty at the end. But if you notice, this is the order that we want it to be. So first will be your topic. So for me and Mrs. Garcia, it would be the atomic bomb. We put Mrs. Garcia, Mr. Jones, so on and so forth. So let's just do that so I don't see the word topic to start. So it would be atomic bomb, Mr. Jones / Mrs. Garcia. So yours would look something like that. Hopefully have some pictures there. Then the thesis statement, you're literally going to copy and paste your thesis statement, your final thesis statement, into here. Notice there is nothing here for citations. So you're just going to basically start your presentation with that, because remember, this is like your preview. Next, you'll notice we're going to talk about identifying the barrier, and you're going to see a bunch of questions here. These questions you should be able to answer based on your note cards and your outline. So some of the questions you'll notice don't really fit your topic that well, but these are things for you to answer so you can fill this slide out. But then notice here on the bottom, citations. Remember, you're going to put the letter of any sources that you used here to put your research here. So for example, if I used A, B, G, and H, I'm going to put those letters right here. And that's all you need to do. Just put those letters there. Then you'll notice after identifying the barrier, we have time and place as in historical context. Some of these, again, might not work for you, but these are things to help you. Now, just so you're aware, there is another one that says page 2 because there should probably be a lot of information here on that. That's why there's 2 slides. We're going to get into allies, as in people who helped break the barrier. We're going to get into the resistance who opposed the barrier, and then finally the change and the impact or legacy that your event or your topic had. So I just want to show you how we can do this, and we'll just start with identifying the barrier. So I'm just going to move this up here. So what I'm going to have, what I would suggest you do when you're putting your material here, I'm going to keep these questions here so I know what I need to put here. But all I'm doing right now is hitting the enter button until it goes to nothing. And then I'm going to actually go up here, and I like having bullet points, okay, instead of the numbers. So when I look at the first question that says, what is the barrier in question? Well, the barrier in question is simply the invention of the nuclear bomb, and should it actually be used? Is it a physical or mental barrier? Well, it's kind of both. So basically, you're just going to be answering these questions as best as you can. And then I'll answer number 3. Are people changing the ways of thinking, or are they creating barriers like walls or lines? Well, it's not a physical wall or a line, but challenge to the way people were thinking. So basically, we could say, should we use scientific technology to potentially kill thousands of people during war? And we'll get into that stuff later. So basically, you're just going to be answering these questions. Now, you'll probably have a little bit more than I do, because again, I'm not going to go super in depth, but I want to show you how to do this. But once you have enough information here, remember we're identifying the barrier. Remember the barrier is going to be the negative that you're talking about. So notice we're not talking about even the creation of it yet. We haven't talked about the creation of the atomic bomb. But whenever you have your material that you've written, what you should then do, delete these questions. Okay. And then you'll have these like that. And what I like anytime I see a presentation is I like only getting one piece of information at a time. I don't want to get overwhelmed with all the information at once. So what I like to do is show only one at a time. So how to do that? See, what you're going to do is you get the text box, click on that to make sure the blue lines around it. You can either go to, I think it's, I never do, well, I'll show you the way. I double click on my mouse pad, do the two to have this come up, and you click where it says here animate, and the thing in the bar is going to show up to the right. So I already have this highlighted. All you need to do to make sure you get one of these at a time is to just click this here where it says by paragraph, click that. And now, if I were to present this, once you move the arrow right, there's only one at a time. So I want you guys to do that with all of yours, because as an audience member, keeping the audience in mind, it is really tough looking at a lot of information quickly. One other thing that we should definitely do now, because this slide is boring looking, let's add some pictures. By the way, most good presentations have a bunch of pictures to give the audience member a lot of ideas about what your topic's about, to give them some visual. So that's where you should be going to the sources you already have. So let's go here to letter A, and I already have it up here. And here's my source A. Whoa, look here, there's a bunch of pictures, great primary sources within here. And let's say, it's the first ever atomic bomb. Let's say I want to talk about some people involved, maybe some allies, some people who helped drop the atomic bomb. So like here, I want to use this picture in my presentation. So all I need to do here is I can just put, I'm doing the the two-finger click on the picture to get this, copy image, and I'm going to paste it, Command or Control V here, and there it is, and we can make it bigger. Now this isn't, never mind, this shouldn't go here, so I'm going to cut it. This would be more of, maybe the allies, people who were involved. So this is the crew of the Enola Gay, the plane that dropped the atomic bomb. Now the important thing too, so again, you should be putting pictures all throughout. What you should be doing then is, well, we need to give credit to whomever came up with this. So going back to our source, for this one, all you're going to need to do is copy the link up here, and you're going to put it eventually back to your works cited document there. But there might be some other type of images that you want to grab that aren't like that. So for example, this is our source B. Let's say we're talking about one of the lead scientists on it. Well, I want this picture because it gives a really good idea about who what Robert Oppenheimer looks like. So here again, all I need to do, copy image. Maybe we'll put that in here. Control V. Excuse me. But again, you need to give credit. I'm not just going to cite this whole thing up here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do my two-finger click there. All you need to do here is says copy image address, and then we are going to then paste that over here. And just to double check, hey, did that work? I'll click that. Yep, there's my credit. So a little bit easier on any image. But remember, any image that you put throughout your presentation needs to be cited. So that's how you add pictures in there and give it credit. Last thing, remember that you copy and paste your primary sources that you have on this works cited document into here. Same with your secondary, and then your pictures and your images. In terms of making it look all nice and pretty, great, do that. But the most important thing for you to do is to get your research and your pictures in first. If you need more time, don't worry about making it look so great. Worry about that later. And with that, that'll be the last thing you'll really have to complete. But I want to give you some pointers on how to give a good presentation. And the best advice that I can give you is to actually practice going through this. Give your presentation to the wall. That was the suggestion from one of our national competitors. Say it to a friend, but actually physically say the words. It will make you less nervous. If you ever want any pointers from myself or Ms. Garcia, ask us. We present all the time. And believe me, Mr. Jones speaking here, I was never a great presenter until I practiced a lot. So if you have any questions or hesitations, please let us know and we can help you more. But be prepared for November 6th because that's when we're starting. And with that, good luck with completing the last aspect of your National History project. Congratulations, you're almost done.